IBISWorld is a great business source. Now, in the current COVID-19 emergency, it's not going to be updated perhaps as often as some other things, but it's a good, solid place to look at the state of the industry before the pandemic. And very shortly, we're going to have updated industry guides from IBISWorld. So let's take a look at IBISWorld. Emphasizes the United States. There are some global reports there, and there are some reports from China because we pay for an extra China module. Let's go to IBISWorld, and once again, connect, and we would be asked to sign in with our net ID and password, but the browser already knows that I'm signed in. Let's continue with our Google example, and let's look for search engines. And here we are, search engines in the US. There are two kinds of reports on this, actually. There is an expert report, which we might take a look at later, and there's an industry report. So this is a standard industry report. It is about the United States. And your navigation panel is right here. In About, they'll give you an industry definition. I'd like to go to the industry at a glance. Here we go. Key statistics snapshot. How big is it? What are some key trends? Smaller players have little incentive to enter the industry. So, but there are new startups that are constantly. They give you a SWOT for the industry, which is a little unusual. Generally, SWOTs are for individual companies or organizations, but they are offering strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's what SWOT stands for. So strengths and weaknesses look inside to the company. Opportunities and threats look outside to the environment. So a SWOT is a very good shortcut way of looking at a situation. So they're applying SWOT to the industry. So strengths and weaknesses in the industry, opportunities and threats from outside the industry. Okay. There's an executive summary. What will the growth be? What has the growth been, I should say? Looks pretty good, right? They are anticipating more growth between now and 2024. And then industry revenues are just going to go up. Okay, what about the industry structure? They tell you all these things. High barriers to entry. That means if you're thinking of getting into the industry, the biggies have it sewn up to an extent, and there will be barriers to lots of competition. Very interesting. They're saying the globalization is low. Concentration level is high, which means fewer companies have more of the market share. Okay, here's some key industry data for you. And the major players, and they mention Alphabet. Alphabet is the parent company of Google. And they're not mentioning anybody else. That's interesting, because when they get to major players, no. I thought they mentioned Microsoft in other places. Now, as a job hunter, you're really interested in this industry outlook. Oh dear. Don't expect as much revenue growth. They mentioned Facebook, they mentioned mobile searching, and emerging applications. And that's what you really want to take a look at before you go for a job interview, because this is the stuff that's expected to happen. Performance data, if you like the numbers, there they are. Things about the industry life cycle. and so on. There's a lot of information in this IBISWorld report. We don't need to look at the whole thing. But the basic message is, if you are new to an industry and you really don't know what's going on in it, you can go to IBISWorld and you can become familiar with your industry and have something to talk about during your job interview. And you might also get ideas about whether you like the industry or not, whether it interests you or not. Generally, the more you find out about something, the more it interests you. Okay, I'm going to leave IBISWorld now, and I'm going to turn the session over to Jonathan. So let me close this. I'm going to stop sharing.